are you doing? And welcome to K Money Quilting. What did you think about my intro? Wasn't that wonderful? My eighth graders made that jingle for me. I asked them, I was like, hey, what do you think? You know, it was the day before we leave for Thanksgiving holiday. And I said, what do y'all think for fun today? We come up with a jingle for my channel. You know, because after all, you all were the ones that encouraged me to make this, to start this channel. And they were a little shy at first, but then they came through and that's what they came up with. They're going to clean it up. They said that's not the final product, but I just wanted you all to hear it today because I was so excited. I let a lot of my colleagues hear it and everybody was just like flabbergasted because of what they came up with. And of course, my student teacher, Mr. Lewis, he also helped in creating that little jingle for us. So anyway, let's get back to what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you what I bought at the Houston International Quilt Festival that Crystal and Rebecca from That Crafty Life and Crystal Hart invited me to go with them, and I went, and I was at first I didn't want to go, you know, because you know I just lost my husband, but I actually needed to get out of the house and it helped. So we were there for 2 days. So I don't know, I might just do 2 different videos because there's 2 bags, right? One for Saturday and one for Sunday bag. And so some of you might have seen one of Crystal's or Rebecca's videos where they showed their haul on a live after we got back from in the evening when we got back to the hotel, and they asked me to, you know, to share with them as well. But I'm going to go ahead and share with you anyway what I got because I don't remember what I bought. It's still in the bag, and the festival was early October, and here we are, end of November, and I have yet to get into those bags. So here we go. So we got there Friday night, and then on Saturday morning we headed out, and Handy Quilter, which has that Moxie. Handy Quilter had these big, huge, beautiful pink bags. Sorry about the sun, but that's another reason why I wanted to go ahead and do this haul video right now, is because it's actually nice and bright and sunny, and I have some good lighting. And I've got a different camera angle, and don't bother with my mess over there. I keep telling myself it'll get organized, but I've been saying that since January, and January's almost here again, so I don't know. We'll see about that. So here we go. First thing that's in here is a bag of goodies. We stopped at and forgive me to all of the people that I bought stuff from. If I don't mention your name, I'm so sorry. I don't even, you know. We stopped at a place. Oh, maybe this will help. A booth called Creative Lives. The Creativity Shell out of Kingwood, Texas. Crystal and Rebecca knew this lady from last time, and she put together some mystery bags, and I believe they were $25 mystery bags. And so I actually got a pretty good haul. I was lucky compared to what Rebecca's bag looked like. So if you want to see what Rebecca's bag looked like, you can go and find her channel. So in this mystery bag, there was this kit. I thought it was pretty good. It's for a bag. I started making bags. Well, not really, not like Mona does, but you know, I'm dabbling in making bags, and my cousin has asked me to make her a replica of a bag that she once had from Vera Bradley. And so yeah, I'm kind of scared about that, but you know, I'm gonna try, but you know, I can't promise her that it's gonna get done right away. So if you're seeing this, Maria, You know, I haven't forgotten about you yet. So here is the kit. It's called Going Downton. It's a ruffled wristlet clutch. So this is the pattern, and with the pattern came some hardware. See that? And then this beautiful, some people don't like browns and blacks, but you know, I don't I'm fine with it because it's a big piece. And some people would probably say, oh, I'm not even going to make that wristlet clutch. I'm going to use this yardage for other things. But it's a pretty good size piece. Look at that. It's about a yard. It is a yard of this beautiful brownish, tannish, golden piece of fabric. It's an Andover fabric. Luna Lounge by Carol Van Zant. I haven't looked it up because this is the first time that I'm getting it out of the bag here since I got home from there. And then it also came with this, so I'm assuming one of these is for the outside of the bag and the other is for the lining, and in another big piece. Another yard. And I wonder if it's a complimenting. Yeah, it's Luna Lounge by Carol Van Zant of Andover Fabrics. So these are two pieces of fabrics that go together. You know, I could make that clutch since these are yarded. Since this is a yard, each of them a yard, I could just put in a another piece of fabric, and I can make it into maybe like a cream color solid, you know, and I can make a 3-yard quilt with this. Who knows what I'll do. It even came with a zipper. See? So the whole kit came together. And as if I remember correctly, the what Rebecca was and Crystal were saying was that all of these things that came in this mystery bag are items that have been donated by people in the Houston area to raise money for to raise money for what? I remember now. To raise money to teach the new generation of I don't want to say just girls because, you know, boys can sew too, right? So the new generation to actually learn how to sew and create. Not necessarily just sewing either. I believe they had mystery bags of yarn for like crocheting or knitting and things like that. So that was one thing from that mystery bag. That was just one thing from that mystery bag. Here's something else that was in that mystery bag. Another kit. And this kit came with a pattern, and the pattern is from Laundry Baskets Quilts, which is my favorite designer. I actually met Edita there at the festival. If I remember, I'll pop up a picture. I asked her to take a selfie with me, and she did. So this pattern has 3 table runners. It's called Keepsake Trio. And they're really nice. Look at that. 3 patterns in that book. And guess what kind of fabric came with it? Yep, Laundry Basket Quilts. Hope Chest by Laundry Basket Quilts for Moda. This is, I thought I had some good lighting, or maybe if I do this. It's kind of like a dark aqua, like a dark turquoise, and it has some little black little speckles on it. And this is it's a good yard of fabric. And then there's some scraps. Oh my gosh, I might have to, I don't have to redo. Maybe if I move my camera from the sunlight. I don't know. We'll see. Some beige scraps. Let me see if I can find a selvage on this. No, I don't see a selvage, but it really looks like it's Editas, like laundry basket. Um, and then had these scraps. Oh wait, maybe there's something a selvage. No, there's no selvage on this thing. No, it is. It's from Hope Chest as well. So that is Edita. This is laundry basket fabric as well. That's better there. And then it had this piece of batik. Look at this huge piece of batik. It's huge. Look at that. This has to be more than a yard. Oh yeah, this is probably a yard and a half of golden brown batik. It's beautiful. Um, I don't. Batik doesn't have selvage, does it? No, I don't think so. No, batik doesn't have selvage, but that was in there, and some more of that Edita cream backing. That's beautiful for backing. I mean, not backing for background, right? It had a couple of pieces already cut out in there, and then there's another little bag of pieces. So somebody started. Can y'all see that? Oh, this is so horrible. I'm so sorry. Give me some grace, okay? I'm new at this. I'm new. It had some pieces already cut out, so I got to figure out for what pattern on that tape, those table runners, they're for. And that looks like blue batik there, and that blue batik is not in this bag. Bummer, because that's pretty nice. Oh, a little piece maybe. Here's a fat quarter of some blue batik, and a fat quarter of some olivey green with red. So all of that came in this bag together to work on those 3 table runners from Laundry Basket's pattern. And it was funny because when I was buying that mystery bag, the colors of the mystery bags were all different colors, right? And the coral bag really stood out to me. And there was two coral bags, and they were like behind the booth. And the lady said, "Well, which one do you want?" And I was like, "Well, which one's the heaviest?" And she gave me that. And oh, I'm not done. There's still some more stuff in this bag. So let's see what else is in here. Oh, check this out. Laundry Baskets Silhouettes Hope Chest. So these are matching pieces of her applique. Laser cut pieces. Laser cut fusible shapes for applique. Look at that. How neat is that? I should get this started. I don't know. I keep saying that. Oh, I have so many things going on. A book, Stephanie Pearl McPhee casts off a yarn harlot guides to land of knitting. Oh, anybody want this? Because I'm not a knitter. I'll send it to you. You don't have to. I'll pay shipping and everything. And I don't know. It looks like an older book, but I'm not a knitter. And if anybody's watching this, and they would like, it's from 2007, so it's a pretty old book. But if you would like this book, just let me know in the comments. I'll put my email in the description, and you can send me an email, and I'll send this to you, because I'm not a knitter. I don't even know anybody that knits that I could give it to. I know people that crochet here at my school, but I don't know any knitters. It also came with this pattern, Mount Redoubt Designs in Moonlight Lilies. Look at that pattern. Oh, I wonder what, it's a wall hanging, measures 32 by 34. I wonder if it's applique. Is it? Retreat into a moonlight haven of tranquility. Here, the mood of this glorious landscape directly mirrors the aspect of deep content and calm emanating from the mother swan with her babe. Oh, there's a swan in there somewheres. The complete harmony that infuses the art quilt. Oh, it's an art quilt. I've never done something like this. Oh yeah, look, applique shapes. See, I wonder if this is kind of something like what Teresa is doing with that horse of hers. I wonder if that's what this is. Oh, it even tells you like the shades of fabric that you need. So that's interesting. I don't know when I'll get to that. A couple more things. Some cutout hearts too in this bag. I don't know what they're for. I was thinking that maybe, you know how some people leave like stuffed little hearts hanging around in trees or something, you know. There's a name for that. I don't know, hearts of love or something like that. But here's another baggie of 2 hearts. Perhaps that's what these are for. I'm not sure. And one last thing. There was a little charm pack, a 2.5 inch. What are these called? Not a charm pack. It's something else. There's something. I forgot what they're called. This is Basic Gray Grunge. I don't think it's a full. I think some pieces might be missing from here. But it's a Basic Gray Grunge little 2.5 inch squares. And that's what came inside this $25 mystery bag that I bought from that one booth. All of that. Crazy, right? I'm really excited. I was so excited when I saw all of that. You know, I've opened this already before, but I've just hadn't gotten to it since we came back from Houston. But when I got all of that laundry basket stuff, oh, I was like, I was, because that stuff's expensive. You know, her stuff from laundry, it's just expensive. But I remember I told you that I met her and I saw her at her booth. Well, I had to buy something because I was just like in awe because somebody that I see on YouTube, you know, was there, and she's my favorite designer. And so I picked out this Fat Eighth bundle. What is the name of it? It doesn't have the name. It does. I don't think she names. I think it's a combination of her reds and her creams and her greens. But I picked this one out because it was reds, creams, and greens, thinking that I would make something for Christmas. Yeah. And I asked her to recommend a pattern, and she recommended this table runner, but I think I would probably use it as a wall hanging because it's, see the Santa Claus in the tree? I think it would be nicer to hang this on the wall than to put it on the table. And then I also grabbed this background fabric. It's the actual background fabric that she uses in this pattern. So I grabbed a yard of this. Or not a yard, a half yard. Because that's all she said that I needed was a half yard of this. And I got that from her, from the laundry baskets table. And I got a picture with her. And I'm just happened to look over here and I see a pattern that must have came out of the mystery bag that I didn't show you all. Yeah, I think this one came out of the mystery bag. Quilt Across Texas. That one's kind of cool. I'm from Texas, right? That's kind of cool. 48 by 60. It's not too big. It's called Pinwheels and Posies. Or maybe it's from Pinwheels and Posies. Yeah, it's from Pinwheels and Posies out of Dickinson, Texas. I think that came out of the mystery bag and I just must have missed it. Let's see. What else did I get? Oh, Rebecca. Was it Rebecca? Either Rebecca or Crystal had this in their mystery bag. And they didn't care for it. They didn't want it. And it's a, I said, I'll take it. Ooh. It's a punch it's a punch kit. I've been wanting to try to get into that. See, it came with all the yarn. And this is what the final. I wish it would have been a peacock, because that's like the Casimir family mascot is a peacock. But you know, this is good to, you know, at least practice and learn, right? I want to try to get my daughter into doing it. It even came with the punch needle, with the punch needle. See that? So because you know, she's wants to learn how to do something. She's trying her hand at gardening, and it's kind of, it's she's getting there. I can't help her with gardening, because I mean, my grandmother was a big gardener. My grandma Valdez, she had a greenhouse in the backyard of her house, and but that was something I could never get into, because every time she gave me a plant to take care of, it would die. So I'd rather just stay inside and work on some cross stitching or embroidery that she, excuse me, also taught me how to do. So that's something interesting to do. Maybe when my daughters are both home for Christmas, you know, we can start trying to learn together. Let's see, what else? There was I don't know how much of you all, this summer here in Texas, in the hill country, there was a big, we had a lot of rain, and on the Guadalupe River, we had a ton of flooding, and we had a lot of deaths, and it was right in the middle of summer, and children were camping at campgrounds along the Guadalupe River, you know, and it was that kind of camping where like they go off from their families for a week to go camping, and you know, and they do all kinds of stuff like canoeing and swimming and camaraderie and learning people, you know, getting to know people from all over Texas, and maybe even from the all over the country that come down and do the summer camps along the Guadalupe. Anyhow, a lot of flooding happened, and a lot of people lost their lives and their homes, and I mean, it was horrible, because there was a lot of children involved. There was like, I don't know, like 10 different campgrounds that were affected. So there's this quilt store here in Texas somehow. I'm trying to see if I can find the name or a card from them, but they had a little booth there, and they were selling fat quarters to raise money, to make quilts for the little girls and the boys that were camping there. And so anyhow, I bought some fat quarters from that booth. They were only $2 a fat quarter, and I donated. You know, they had a box there for donations too, so I donated some money in that box too. But here are some of the fat quarters. Here are the fat quarters that I bought. They were really pretty. I was trying to stick with some brown and creams, maybe to put something together with these fat quarters. Here's one more after this. So if I find their little card in my bag, I'll reference it again. I think that's gonna be it for this bag, but let's see, there's some cards in here. Oh, this is from Laundry Basket. It's just a little information card. Here's from the Creativity Shell, from that mystery bag. They want the next generation to start learning to sew. Isn't that neat? That's from the Creativity Show. Did you know there's an American Museum and Gardens in the UK? But it's American Museum and Gardens from the UK. And they had a little booth there, and I just grab their information in case I ever get to go to UK. Then I can visit their museum. Oh, here is a pattern that I'm a nutcracker. Most of you know that I'm a teacher by day, right? I'm a music teacher. I've been teaching music this is my 31st year of teaching music. And Nutcracker is a tradition at the school that I'm at. I actually brought it with me. I taught 10 years at one school in College Station, Texas. And then I moved to San Antonio, and I'm at a school called Las Palmas Leadership for School for Girls right now, but it was called Las Palmas Elementary when I first started working. Now it's a school for girls. But anyhow, when I started working there, I started the tradition of having a Nutcracker play every Christmas. And because I live in, my school's in the west side of San Antonio, so a lot of the kids that I service are might not get the opportunity to actually go and see the Nutcracker Ballet downtown at the Majestic Theater. So instead, we reenact it. And it's a fifth grade. The fifth graders perform it. And so the kindergartners and first graders, they have something to look forward to whenever they become a fifth grader. So it's our tradition. So I'll take a picture of my Nutcracker display in the dining room, and I'll pop it up here. But that's my thing at school. And so I've always wanted to either make a Nutcracker quilt or something. And I found this pattern. It's a little wall hanging. It's 16 by 29, and I so badly wanted it to be kitted. Right? So that way I wouldn't have to go out and search for fabric and stuff. But it wasn't kitted. And it was, I bought it from this booth, Calico Patch Designs, and it's called the Woolly Nutcracker, because everything in their booth was made of wool, and they did have wool kits of other patterns, but they just didn't have the Nutcracker kitted, and I was all bummed out. But I'll get this done sometime. Maybe I'll work on this over the Christmas break and add it to my my collection of nutcrackers. Alrighty, that's all I have in this box. What is this? That's just some information. Oh, here's some cards. Maybe one of these cards talks about, oh, there's something else here. What is this? Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Donate quilts for kids in need. Receive a free Hocus Pocus quilt. No kid sleeps on the floor in our town. I've got to look into this. Donate quilts for kids in need. Receive free Hocus Pocus quilt pattern from Design 180. There's QR codes in the back. I'm going to have to look into this. It's called Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And it came with some of these. I'm going to have to look into this, what this is. Maybe it could be, I'm sure it's a charity thing, right? Ideal quilts. Yeah, they're asking for donations for quilts. A bed for every kid, a quilt for every bed is their motto. All right. I want to tell you all that shop that was collecting money for but I don't think it's in here. I think this was it. My Fabric Friends? Maybe not. Oh, well. I feel bad now, because I should have kept up. Oh, there's a receipt for that nutcracker. Where's my nutcracker thingy? This pattern was $10. I just found the receipt. This pattern was $10. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, so that's for day one. And my video is already 30 minutes long. And my dog is barking at the mailman. Even though we've been living here in this house for 20-something years, he still barks at the mail. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for watching. And I'll have next haul for the second bag on a different day. All right, bye everyone.